Hello ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for clicking on another one of my videos. I am Screen Scene Guru, and today I'll be discussing the Jurassic World Rebirth film from 2025. I recently saw it at my local AMC and had a blast. I've got the popcorn bucket to show off, which is pretty cool, going through all the different dinos of the film. This will be my open spoiler discussion, just so you guys know. We will be going into a bit of the film, so that's cool. The bucket was pretty handy, especially for holding popcorn, because this was the time I actually filled my bucket. I usually just go in there to collect merch, but this was the first time I had actually sat down for a screening at my local AMC, and it was pretty good. I do have to be big shout out to a few other YouTubers that complain about AMC and their ads, like John Campia. I now understand what he has to complain about. We got there at about 9 o'clock. The movie was supposed to start about 9:20, but it ended up not starting until 9:45, which was very interesting. A lot of ads for AMC in their movie. Also, I saw this in 3D screening, just so you guys know. Really awesome movie, guys. I want to give it well props. 2025 release. It was PG-13. It was 2 hours and 13 minutes. So I might have to say this might have been the longest Jurassic World movie to date. I'm not sure. I'll have to look at the run times for the others. But this movie felt long. I don't know if that was because of the acting style in it or what. But we do have a story here, 5 years after the events of Jurassic World Dominion. A new team is sent to an isolated area, a region, to extract dino DNA for a massive, groundbreaking medical breakthrough. So very interesting stuff here, guys. I did go into this because of the cast, Scarlett Johansson and then Mahershalaali, as well as Julian McMahon was in this before his tragic passing. I did like the visuals. All of the dinosaurs looked very good, hence why I got the infamous bucket to remember them all by. They also were selling a cup with little pops on top. I ended up just getting the bucket because I thought that was cool. But so yeah, the graphics for the dinosaurs were all very well done. I'd say, if for anything, go to see this movie to learn more about dinosaurs, really, because each movie has been about that. You find out more about the dinosaurs and their habitat. As far as the story for the humans go, I wouldn't say it's very good. The acting is subpar, even for Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala. I thought they would bring a little bit more to the table, but they're just mercenaries that are doing this job. So it's very, sci-fi world. Does interest me that they started this movie off with a crawl as well, saying basically the world is tired of dinosaurs, they become more of a nuisance and a problem. So that was very interesting to see Spielberg choose that. But going on, we got the director Garethedwards, which, let's go into his history real quick and just see what he has done. Jonathanbailey also was really good in the movie as a scientist. But let's see what we've got. So we've got Monsters. Okay, Rogue One. He was a director on Rogue One, which is good. Godzilla from 2004 or 2014. Sorry. Then The Creator from 2023. Let's see what else he was credited on. Let's see. Dive to Bermuda Triangle. Okay, so he's done Space Race, UFOs, Top Secret Evidence, Perfect Disaster, Chasing Childhood. Okay, so he's done a couple of things that I haven't heard of, but very interesting. He's done a couple of things I have heard of too. Rogue One was very good. The Creator was very good in 2023. And then Godzilla in 2014, so that's good. Garethedwards has directed some pretty big hits. I'm not sure exactly how big the box office has been for his films, but I'm glad that Garethedwards was allowed to direct this. I I want to go into the monster real quick. They show at the beginning of the film this facility, the genetic lab, where they're cloning dinosaurs before they move them to Isla Sorna, Isla Nublar. So this is a whole new island we're going to, guys. This is the genetic testing facility. And we see at the beginning of the film, there's a scientist who's eating a candy bar, and his wrapper gets sucked up into the door, which causes all their security systems to fail. Very Final Destination-like. The D-Rex, too. You didn't get to see a whole lot of it, because they were doing the same trope of using flares at night, and you only got to see, a few of the side, outlines of the figure, but you didn't get to see a whole lot of the D-Rex, so I kind of wish they'd show us some more of that. They kind of did a deep fake with Mahershalaali, thinking that he was going to sacrifice himself for the kids. There's a group of people on the island. After their shipwrecks, our crew saves them and then brings them to the island where they can continue the mission. I liked all the actors and actresses in this. Kind of wish they had given Julian McMahon a little bit more to do. Of course, there always has to be an evil corporate shill that has to get taken out. But very fascinating that he died right after the movie came out. So, yeah, big R.I.P. to him. He was our original Dr. Doom, and he was, a really good actor. He was in Charmed, other things. But, like I said, the original 2005 Fantastic Four that he was in, as well as Silver Surfer, the original Fantastic Four is now 20 years old. So that's really cool to hear the anniversary of that. But going into some more of the cast real quick, like I said, Scarlett Johansson, mahershalaali were the leads, as well as, let's see, okay, we've got lunablaise as the daughter, which played a really cool role. We also got to see, let's see if we can find her siblings. Yeah, I believe audrinamiranda played Isabella, and then we got David Alaconio as Xavier, which was cool, and then Filipina Vega as Nina. She was one of the people that got eaten on the ship. Let's see, Ed Skinner, he was also another person who got eaten on the ship. He was a bad guy from the first Deadpool movie, which I thought was interesting. They put him in this. He needs work too, but yeah, very fascinating. Let's see, anybody else of reasonable? They did have a helicopter that was supposed to come and get them off the island, but then the helicopter crashed, which led to them having to use a boat that had been on this island for years. Supposedly the fuel, I'm guessing, would not have been working, but they ended up having to leave the island on a smaller boat than they got there on, which I kind of was wondering the logic gap, because they had fought creatures in the water that nearly destroyed their boat, but then they left the island on a smaller boat, so there was a bit of a logic gap there. And I'd say Spielberg, he didn't put his whole heart into this one, just because they could have been a little bit more Amblin vibes. There was horror vibes put into this heavily, and ScarJo's character maybe could have used some more development, as well as Mahershala Ali. I know he was depressed because he lost a kid to dinosaurs. Everyone in this future world apparently dislikes dinosaurs instead of likes them very much, so that's very interesting. Besides jonathanbailey's character, he's very interested and fascinated in them, but no one else apparently is. So it's very interesting. This was my spoiler review for Jurassic World Rebirth, guys. I still think you should go out and check it out, just for the visuals of the dinosaurs, and all the facts you get to find out, new information. Not too much of a human story that there is. The people that have been trash talking it on social media, I get why they are, because the human story isn't that great. But I definitely recommend it to all those that are into monster films, creature films, into Godzilla x Kong. You'd like this. So yeah, that's my review. Be sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, comment down below what your thoughts are on Jurassic World Rebirth. Did you guys get the collectible popcorn bucket or the cup that comes with little pops on top? Let me know down below in the comments. Did you guys like Dolores, the little dinosaur that they collected? Interesting to see, you know, how they're going to portray Dolores living in our world, given that they said that the dinosaurs had trouble breathing our air and the radiation was different. So a couple of plot holes in the film, but besides that, I liked it a lot. Let me know your thoughts down below, and be sure to come back for another video. Bye bye.